recognize is based on fear, you just unplug it. Now, when you do that, by acknowledging the behavior, I mentioned yesterday, you convert some of these little programs in the cells to linear form. And the minute you convert one of these little groupings of cells into linear, you can override it. You can really just override it. And the effect of that is to pull out some of the Aparthi that's receiving the chaotic stuff. And by holding this higher level of consciousness, this desire to be more of yourself in the moment and behave in a way that is different and higher oriented than the way you're accustomed to, you'll plug in organic Aparthi. You'll convert the Aparthi from chaotic to organic. I suppose I don't like talking about nature relationships if not everybody is in a place where they actually currently have one. But I am minded. I'm being reminded to touch on it. I did a little bit yesterday. The kinds of relationship forms that exist in the very advanced cultures that are shared by the Eieyani are similarly defined by an understanding of why things coexist, of why things are interconnected, of why things and how things experience oneness. Because we use the expression oneness, technically we're aware of what oneness is, but we're not actually feeling connected fully, as I was saying yesterday. Because if we were, then the sense of community and communion and some of the telepathic abilities would begin to flow. Amongst the Eieyani and the inner, they care only about the way in which they serve each other as a means to grow and experience and be alive and aware sparks of source. They understand, from the perspective of responsibility rather than obligation, what it means to refine and expand yourself as a representation of source in all ways. So that, for example, people come together in an earth and amongst other cultures, usually with a project orientation. So if you think about an earthly boy meets girl, it will be based on how you can combine your energy, your specialist knowledge and understanding with another, multiply it and increase it in order that you fulfill a desire that has an orientation towards source expression, creation, and so on. So almost like some physically expressed form. I mean, I don't mean literally so, but there will be some manifest thing that you achieve together. Now, if you find that there is an emotional bond, there is an emotional opsin, those people will feel intense love for each other, and they will simply say, it would be interesting to explore this aspect of being with you. Do you agree? And the other says, well, I'm thinking about moving on to another project. That will mean pairing up with you, with other people. And really, I'm not sure that right now I want to do that. And the other would say lovingly, that's fine, I understand. And they would actually go through periods of time in which they would associate freely, without any judgment whatsoever, without any clawing or tying either. And if they chose, though, to experience intimate exchanges together, then it would be regarded by the community that that is entirely appropriate. And that would occur between any combination of gender you can think of. There is no such thing as homosexuality when you're expressing pure love. Any physical contact between people is an expression and a celebration of love at that level. The only exceptions to this thing I'm talking about is where there are twin pairs. And the twin pairs are respected in a very particular way as guardians of the genetic codes. And they behave as if they're swans, really. Doesn't matter whether you're here or there, the concept of swan, lifetime association and commitment is a peculiarity that relates to genetic code guardianship. And by and large, it is they who will produce progeny, protecting the purity of the line. There have been some times when it's been necessary to produce more progeny than the twins would be capable of, because the cycles are quite different from here. It's not monthly at all. And from time to time, the communities would say, this is a situation, we want to bring more life forms in. And people would say, well, we feel that we're in a space where we're ready to do that and undertake this creative project, because it is treated very much as that. It's rather like, creating a painting.